and shark conservationist Leslie Rochat is joining me in studio to talk about some of her latest projects. Leslie, thank you for sitting down with me.
Yes, thank you for inviting me.
Well, you're a marine and shark conservationist, and I think a lot of people, when they hear that, they think, why do sharks need... What does a shark conservationist do? So can you lay that foundation for us before we get started?
All right. Well, firstly, I wear many hats. I'm the founder of a non-profit organization called AfriOceans Conservation Alliance. And I really do various things from designing campaigns, running environmental education programs, lobbying for improved protection for sharks and other marine creatures, and also make film productions to raise awareness about the plight of sharks and other animals. And yes, do many different things under that one hat. But most of all, I think when it comes to sharks and why people need to care about them, there's this misperception that people have about sharks, that they're these monster man-eaters.
Yeah.
And this is a great big lie, and it's perpetuated by irresponsible media that obviously makes a lot of money selling sensationalism.
Right.
And it's also perpetuated by companies such as the Natal Sharks Board, which put in the drum lines and the shark nets to supposedly now protect bathers. But it really instills fear and loathing of sharks instead of educating people about the vital role that they play in our marine ecosystems. Sharks have been around for over 400 million years, and they play a vital role in maintaining the delicate balance of the marine ecosystems. So they're on top of the food chain, and since everything in nature is connected, if you were to remove sharks, it would have severe repercussions on the entire ecosystem, marine ecosystems.
Right.
And we would then see marine ecosystems collapsing as a result. Therefore, our sharks play a vital role in maintaining the delicate balance of the marine ecosystems.
Well, you mentioned drum lines and shark nets. Can you elaborate a little bit more on why these aren't good for us? Why don't they protect us?
Well, firstly, let's look at the history of drum lines, because there'd been the decade before a number of shark attacks. What we like to call now, rather than shark attacks, is shark encounters, because sharks don't go out purposely looking for people to attack.
And I think it's important that people know that.
Yes.
That sharks don't eat people.
Sharks are not, we're not on their menu.
Right.
There's a number of reasons why people do get bitten, and of course, yes, there are sometimes fatal shark bites. But if we look at it statistically and worldwide, we're looking on average of about 10 people worldwide that are killed by sharks versus over 100, yes, per year. So it's very, very little. You know, more people die by drowning in the ocean every year than are ever killed by the sharks that are in it. More people in South Africa get killed, hijacked and killed in their own homes, you know, than are ever eaten or bitten by sharks. So the misperception is really as a result of irresponsible media, as I said, the sensationalism around the unknown, what people don't understand, they fear and loathe. And that being fed by the media, and that also being fed by companies like the KwaZulu-Natal Sharks Board that perpetuates this fear of sharks because they want to keep in business.
Wow, that's interesting. You mentioned the KwaZulu-Natal Sharks Board. What is their role? What is their role in relation to sharks? What do they do?
Well, their mandate is to protect bathers by killing sharks. So they are essentially a fishing company, and they fish for sharks. Unfortunately, however, not only do they kill many sharks, they kill about 600 sharks every year, but they also kill many other animals, marine animals, such as dolphins and whales and turtles that get caught in the nets or that drown on the drum lines. So going back to these devices being put in place in the 1950s, you know, at that time, perhaps it seemed like the best solution to what they perceived as a problem, but it was also at a time when there was a lack of knowledge and understanding for the need to conserve our ocean resources and why we need to do that, and also lack of understanding of the vital role that sharks play in the marine ecosystems. But today we're living in critical environmental times, and no longer can we accept these kind of decisions and devices that might have worked once before but are no longer a solution. There are many alternatives that can be looked at. Scientists are working on many different devices Some of them have already been tested and seem to prove very successful as barriers to protect bathers from sharks. In Cape Town itself, in Fishhook, we have an exclusion net in place, and that's working fantastically. AfriOceans, together with WESA, another non-profit organisation, partnered, and we independently have monitored that net to see the impact on the environment and how it's actually working and the success of it, and it's been fantastic. But there are barriers that have been developed by scientists that have proved also to be successful. Unfortunately, with the Natal Sharks Board, if we look at their annual budget of over 64 million in 2012, most of that money was spent on actually killing sharks and running boats to go and place nets and kill the sharks. And very little goes into scientific research, and very little goes into education and awareness and educating people about safe use of the ocean. So yes, it's again, you know, you've got a large staff. I think it's over 300 people that are on their payroll. Most of the budget goes to all of this, and very little goes to looking at alternatives. And if they were to find alternatives, in my opinion, they'd be putting themselves out of business. So why would they possibly want to do that? You know, so why not perpetuate the fear and keep the fear going and the loathing of sharks, because that way you're going to stay in business as a company and keep getting money from the municipalities and from the government.